Okay, so today they're going to be playing Ecostellar Hero in a cinema as part of their film festival, and we're going to go and watch that being played.
He's going to introduce this film. It's an AI film, so obviously cutting edge, and it's actually a very, very high standard. So it's something produced locally within Brisbane, and we're very, very pleased to have him. Over to you, Greg.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Hi, my name is Greg Dean. I created a short film called Ecostellar Hero. It's an AI film, and just as a short synopsis, it's about a young alien boy who hears cries for help from across the galaxy, and it compels him to seek out and compels him to assist as he goes on his journey. So yeah, this is Ecostellar Hero. Thank you.
In the vast expanse of the cosmos, I could hear your voices from across the galaxy, faint whispers in the cosmic breeze, crying out for help. The rescue mission wasn't just about saving lives. It was about offering a second chance, the chance to build an empire for them, at the end of the world. To evolve to be worthy of traveling the stars, you first must care for and protect the voiceless innocents on your own world, and make kinder choices.
Thank you.
Never actually decided to do this. I never actually gave you a stuff, but give us some background on what you've created. And
Sure.
yeah. Very impressive. It looks great on a movie screen, but it's actually probably its native home. I would say it's more a movie screen than a standard like iPhone or iPad or something like that. It really belongs in the cinema, I reckon. So,
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So I guess in terms of technology itself, I had all these ideas in my head, but no way to express it. Hollywood's a long way away, and even breaking into the Australian film industry, its budgetary constraints is also extremely challenging. So I found when AI-generated content started growing, and I started seeing how people were creating these images and these videos, it just blew my mind that someone like myself in my position could get one of my ideas out there. And it just started growing from there. So I just started getting my ideas out, and that's the first main creation. I just sat there and pondered over the images and the videos that I wanted, the music behind it, and then seeking a voice, and the voice itself was also AI generated. I just had to find the right voice, find the right script. I did use some AI generated script generation initially just to give me some ideas, but I wrote the script at the end of the day just with some of those prompts and those ideas. And then I had to produce that through the voice, through the video, through the music. I'm not sure what inspired what, but it all eventually came together. yeah, that's sitting around and coming up with those ideas.
We do have some AI gurus in the cinema today, which we're very, very lucky to have. They'll probably love some backgrounds on how you created it, what tools you used.
Sure. Okay, so first of all, on my iPad, so on my iPad Pro, I had my headphones in, and I downloaded the Runway ML application, and just watched some of the videos and watched YouTube on what they were creating and some of the text prompts. I had a look at my own personal values as well, because any ideas that I created, I kind of I think I came up with this a few years ago, where I felt if I create something, I want it to have some type of impact, and what type of impact that was had to come back down to my values of, compassion and empathy for other living beings. And I'm like, I don't want to waste this opportunity, considering it's going to take weeks to create this idea and get it out there. What can I create around that? What I'd be passionate about? And that's where I created this idea. And I'm not necessarily so much of an environmentalist, but it's more about the one being, and that's what the kind of the focus of the story was, and that kind of became the alien boy. And then so when it came to the production, I used an iPad and then ML, Runway ML, and found music through various sources such as Soundstripe, which is a royalty-free site, and found the right music behind it, and then matched it all up. And then I used LumaFusion to edit everything together. So I've got a long background in just creating documentaries and using various video editors and audio editors. My background used to be in commercial radio, so I had a good background of that. And slowly just started piecing the videos together, and getting rid of one thing and then moving another video in, and then placing the music behind it, just using LumaFusion. So at the end of the day, Runaway, voice generated, and LumaFusion as the editor. Yeah.
So there'll be hopefully a version 2, maybe not the same story, but a new release.
Yes.
What would you use in a new release? So obviously the tools are getting better, the new tools are coming out, the existing tools are getting better, expanding on them. Any thoughts around that?
The first thing that needs to come up for me is the next idea, and that's one of the things that's really been challenging me, is coming up with an idea. So when I created this one, all I did was put it on YouTube and put it on my Facebook, and I didn't really expect many views, to be honest. I just thought, this is just my thing, and then it just started getting a lot of shares, and I just thought, I'll look for some AI Facebook pages that kind of share this type of content. And then I did, and then somebody contacted me, directing me to Film Freeway, and they said, hey, we've got this AI film festival happening, I think it was in Bulgaria, and they said, we really want you to enter it. Now, I didn't win, but they said, we really want you to enter it. I think this would be fantastic. I've never heard of Film Freeway before. So as soon as I was in Film Freeway, I entered that, and then I realized there was quite a few others that I could enter into, and I thought, well, why not just try? I entered into a lot of competitions, and I just kind of just let it sit, and then all of a sudden I'm getting these notifications: you've just won this award, you've just won this, you're a finalist in this, you've been selected for that. And it was from the UK to the US to once again Bulgaria, Czech Republic, and Venice, being at a film festival soon. But then it stopped me and thinking, what's my next idea? How do you beat something that you didn't really necessarily would believe go anywhere in the first place? And now I have this pressure of like, do I create for myself, or do I create something that, and that's the risk, creating an idea that you're doing it for the idea of getting into a festival as opposed to doing it for yourself. Because Ecostellar Hero was what I did for myself, for my own expression.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect it to get anywhere. I just thought I'll put it out there, let a few friends see it, a few family friends see it, and and maybe just a few Facebook groups. But I can't believe it's in the cinema today.
Yeah, it's cool. It actually, like I said before, it actually suits cinema. I think you've obviously got a great sound background and things like that, so you tied the music in really well. Obviously, it's a little bit compressed because we had to alter it a little bit, but it sounds amazing. It's got that good, undertone and things like that. It really sets us on the screen. But yeah, it's I just on your comments around like producing something for a cinema or for a festival versus yourself, I think it comes through. That was a personal project, and it's so well put together. You've obviously taken time from right from the very beginning to the end, and you've thought through the whole way. And yeah, it definitely comes across as a personal project, a passion project.
Yeah,
it's well thought out.
Yeah, very much. It was just I created for me, and I was really happy with the end result. I'm like, I love that music. Most of my stuff I wouldn't have thought would get played anywhere. It's just social media swallows up content very quickly. Let's move on to the next thing. It's quick dance on TikTok and gets a million views, whereas something that perhaps like this might not actually get that many views. It might get a few hundred, but it's not fastly consumed content that then moves on. So I created for myself, and so for any ideas that I've got in the future, I know I need to be mindful that I'm doing it for myself, and then just putting it out there and into the void and see who picks it up, if anybody at all. And if it does nothing, that does nothing, but just be happy with the outcome.
It is very interesting, like running festivals and things like that, not just Queensland Surf Festival, but when we see projects like this come in, we go, this is something special about this project. And it's usually the passion projects that really make a mark, because of how thorough they are. The messaging is personal, the overall idea, you see you haven't given up any way through it. Often we'll see projects that aren't produced for the right reasons. There'll be like a lag in the story, or where that sort of just trails off a little bit. Whereas yours from start to finish is very, very good. It's very consistent. So yeah, it was wonderful to screen. Thank you for submitting it.
When it came to the switch in the music towards the end, that was actually one of the challenging parts for me, because I've covered all the areas in which animals get exploited on Earth by humans, and and it's following that same trail with the music, which is quite urgent in of itself. But then how do I create something that doesn't leave a bad taste in somebody's mouth? Like how do I create some hope around it? And that's trying to find that music that would lift it towards the end. Was I actually took some time out for that, to keep the story going, because it could have just, we can all be quite dark in how we treat animals around us, and I needed to create something that would inspire an idea that maybe, hey, there's a message that people could do something, even little parts of their life. And so that's when I kind of, where's that music? And I went through so much. I found the music, and that's it. But then from the music, that's when I created the rest of the script. So the script was not created all the way through. It was slightly dictated a little bit by the music. And I hadn't created the script at the end until I'd found the music. So when I got the music together, I'm like hearing the music, and then I'm thinking, what would that alien voice say to that music? And instead of, the first part of the music was quite urgent. What would he say about that? This is the story he's telling. This is what he's seeing. And then towards the end of his taking off, and he's got to leave, could he leave something sad behind? And I didn't think that would be helpful. And I'm like, he's got to leave hope behind. And that's the voice and the script behind that then started coming together.
How much of it is AI? Is there any royalty-free music in it? Or?
Yeah, so the music itself is through Soundstripe. Created it's created through some amazing artists there. That some of the artists that are in Soundstripe blow my mind. They put so much passion into the music. Even the words in that song suited it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Like, it's just like, this song was for this movie. It's kind of like universe coming together in a way. I was really shocked that like this is the right music. There was the instrumental, and then there was the full song. So I've got two files where it's just pure instrumental, and then one that's a full song. And what I did was I just using LumaFusion found the point where it was most relevant, and that was hit the mark, and that's the chorus, and then it goes back into the instrumental. So I've had to kind of mix them together through LumaFusion to get that music with his voiceover, and then right at that moment when his journey gets into Act 2, you know, when it's like he goes into rescue mode, that's that music, you know, that's the chorus. Yeah, and then back into back into it, a few more lessons, and then you know, the uplifting at the end. Yeah, that was all through Soundstripe.
So, projects, would you try AI music, or are you like the royalty-free stuff? Sounds right, work perfectly for this. Would you ever go fully AI, or would you still do a combination? What are your thoughts on it?
I would experiment, actually. Yes, it's got to. I've listened to a lot of AI generated music, and you can, you know, say, write a song about this, and it will probably find something for you up the right alley. But it might be, say, a country song, or you know, it could be techno or something. But then something will just, at this stage, something will be lacking. That's lacking soul or lacking heart. That's not necessarily what I'm looking for right now. Whereas someone who's created those songs through Soundstripe, they felt something, and that's where I could hear that in the music that I was listening to, and the music that I chose. They really felt something when they were creating that music, and then I wanted that feeling inside my film. But AI generated music down the track, it's got a lot of potential. Yeah, and maybe it'll create an idea that I want maybe some words that I would like to add into something, and a feeling that I have, if it can really get that attached. But yeah, at this stage, just, you know, I want to support like local, you know, the artists as well.
Yeah.
And if I find the song that fits, then that's what I'll use. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
The voices as well. That was an AI generated child's voice, young boy's voice, all purely generated through AI.
Oh, it mixed really well with the music. So
Yeah, just to get his inflections was crazy, you know, that he was upwards inflections, knew when there was a full stop, knew when there was a comma, knew when to pause. That type of AI generated voice was, yeah, blew my mind.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for playing it. I
no,
appreciate it.
my pleasure. It was fabulous.
That's an additional context and the layering of the messaging. It'd be great to see the film again. So I think you've shared some really good insights. I'd love to watch it again and just, you know, take that all in and apply the lessons I've just learned from you to the film.
Well, yeah, if you want to play it again, you can.
That'd be great. Now that I know a bit more about how you made it and the considerations that have gone into that, I think it'd be
Would
great
you like
to
to
be able
see it
to see it again. Yeah, if we ever got time. Are you happy to screen it again?
Thank you very much, Greg. It was good actually taking time to understand the context of what you told us and how you created it. So thank you very much, mate.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and thanks for coming. Amazing.